Magnus Carlsen against probably the future world chess champion Javokhir Sindarov, the final boss of chess against the hottest chess player. Amazing chess game in Freestyle Chess Grand Slam final. In semi-final, Magnus is playing against Javokhir, and this is one of the most craziest and exciting chess games that you have ever saw. It's freestyle chess, Fischer random chess. Many people are arguing that Sindarov won the candidates because of his excellent preparation. Of course, that was one of the factors, but this is Fischer random chess, no preparations. It's all about creativity and chess power. Let's see what happens. Pieces are randomly placed in the first and last rank, and it's a blitz chess game, 5-minute chess game. Carlsen starts with pawn to d4, trying to control the center, and Sindarov starts the fight from the first move, pawn to e5. And Carlsen doesn't want to see Sindarov's queen in the middle of the board because there is no knight to chase this queen away. So Carlsen wants to take the center and wants to take space. This pawn is going to take a lot of space, but Sindarov says, "Where are you coming, brother? Pawn to c6. I'm going to undermine this pawn. Pawn to c4, reinforcing the center. Knight to b6, attacking both, and knight to e3. There is a huge fight around these squares in this game. And Sindarov here plays pawn to d6, opening up the line for this bishop. But you might say, hey, but what about this bishop? What this bishop has to go? But Sindarov has something in mind. Carlsen just developed his knight from the corner. Sindarov pushes pawn to f5, trying to gain more space. He wants to come forward, but Carlsen doesn't allow him. Pawn to f4, a huge fight in the center. And here, one of the moves that Engine is suggesting is h5 and a6. I mean, if you play h5, you might be disqualified. Even in OTB chess, what is this h5? I don't understand it. Sindarov just goes for e4, which is not a great move, but why? And Carlsen shows us why. He just pushes pawn to g4, opening the lines on the king side and undermining this center. Now it's very hard for Sindarov to control this center, but he's going to accept the challenge. He's not going backward, he's just coming forward. Takes on g4, and Carlsen here in this position, maybe knight d2 and then h3, but Carlsen just goes for the attack. Queen to g3, trying to attack this pawn. Knight takes g4 is coming, and he was expecting maybe something like h5, but Sindarov plays a strange move. Pawn to a5. What is this? Are you going to play a4? I'm going to bring the knight to d2 anyway. So what is this? Carlsen pushes the pawn, closing this bishop diagonal, opening this bishop diagonal. Now knight takes g4 is coming, and probably black is just lost. But Sindarov revealed his hands. Bishop to a7. He didn't forget about his bishop. And now look at this diagonal. Just look at this king and this bishop here. A sniper on a7 is coming. And Carlsen in this position, he should have played king to g2, then h5. Another great fight, but Carlsen goes for the challenge. He just doesn't believe in what Sindarov doing, and he says, you know what, I'm just going to take it. Knight takes g4. What are you going to do? You have just one check, and I put the king into g2, and now what are you going to do? Knight h6 is smaller mate in one move. You cannot move your king. Your king is smaller mate, so it's just going to be over. And if you're playing rook f7, I'm still going to give the check, but Sindarov anticipated all of this, and he just plays pawn to h5, a great move, sacrificing his rook after knight h7, knight h6. You cannot go here, you cannot come here because there is queen g6, amazing like. Let's just see it, take, and after king takes, bishop takes e4. I mean, it's fantastic, and the king has nowhere to go. You need to give up the bishop, and you're going to lose the game. So this is not what Sindarov thought. He just thought, I will take here. And after bishop takes h6, best move is rook f7, but Sindarov is trying to reach an endgame. Queen to e5, queen to e5. He sacrificed an exchange. And you know what? What's very bad for white in this position, his queen is hanging, and if you trade queens, I will take back with the pawn. Your bishop is hanging, your pawn is hanging, everything is hanging, and black is going to win. But Carlsen found a brilliant move in this position and plays knight to d2, ignoring his bishop on h6 because he's attacking this knight. Sindarov took, but now he takes back with bishop. But of course, first he takes on e5 and then takes here. Now we have c takes d5. No checkmate anymore, but look at this position. Look at this pawn center. Carlsen is an exchange up, but it's a very difficult position. He's going to lose this pawn. Carlsen plays an excellent move here. He plays pawn to a4. You know why? Bishop takes f5, and here he transports the bishop to a2, to an active diagonal, attacking this pawn, forcing Sindarov to play bishop e6, and now exchanging the rooks, and now taking here. And just let's take a deep breath and look at this position after king e7. It's a fantastic chess position. Black is an exchange down, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns. White has only 4 pawns, so it's a knight for a rook in this position, but knight and 2 pawns, so it's a huge fight. And you know what? White king is a very poor piece. In endgame, you need to activate the king. Carlsen himself says king in the endgame has 4 points, so king in the endgame should be active, but now this king cannot come to the game. Carlsen pushes on the queen side. He wants to try his only chance. He has 2 pawns against 1 pawn in the queen side, but Sindarov comes with knight to d4, and look, Carlsen has only 12 seconds against 41 seconds. So Sindarov is ahead on the clock. We have bishop takes d4, bishop takes d4, and it's a very difficult position. Carlsen, with only 5 seconds on the clock, makes another mistake and plays a5. Black wins in this position with bishop c3, but very high tension. Sindarov just brings the king closer to the center, and here Carlsen plays rook c1. Bishop is coming to this diagonal, attacking this pawn on e2, and now rook to d1, bishop to a4, rook to c1. They are just shuffling the pieces. Bishop to b5, attacking here. These pawns, if they start moving, they are very strong. Carlsen plays king f1, defending this pawn, but now bishop to d7. Maybe he's trying to come from here or from here, but Carlsen plays rook b1, and now bishop to c3, and now this rook cannot move anymore because this pawn is hanging. Rook to bishop to b3, and here bishop to b5 back, king f2, and pawn to g5. Sindarov is now also only 7 seconds on the clock. Pawn to e3, pawn to d4. These pawns started to move, and now bishop to here, and look at this move, bishop to d2, trying to force Carlsen to take on d4, and after that we have two connected pawns that they are just coming down the board. So Carlsen doesn't want to see that. He just plays rook to b3. I guess he wants to sacrifice somehow on e3 or just defend this square. They are playing on their last second, so it's very hard. Sindarov just pushes h4, bishop to g6, and look at this move, bishop c4. Go away, Mr. Carlsen. Go away, Mr. Carlsen. And here he took on e3. Maybe d takes e3, and then bishop d2, e2, e1 was the way to win. But Sindarov took here. He's still winning, king e1, and now bishop to d3. He won another pawn. Now he has 6 pawns against 3 pawns, so he's completely winning. He's completely winning. But Carlsen tries his chances. Pawn to b5. Here, g4, creating another passer on the other side of the board, will win. But Sindarov, with only 5 seconds, play bishop takes b5, and now bishop takes e4. Bishop c6 is once again winning, but Sindarov makes a huge mistake with pawn to d3. Pawn to d3, and Carlsen takes on b7, and now this is a passed pawn. This is a passed pawn. It's just coming down the board. Oh my god. Bishop to d4, move your rook. Here rook a3 to defend c3, but Carlsen goes a2, and here we have a check. Another bishop c4, and in this position it seems like Carlsen is losing. He's going rook a3, and now bishop b4. There is no way. If you go rook a1, there is bishop b3, d2 coming, and the pawn will be queen. So Carlsen, seeing all this, he just come up with another brilliant idea. He plays pawn to a6, sacrificing the rook. But after here, pawn to a7, it's going to be a queen. But look what Sindarov saw. Bishop to b4. In only 4 seconds, he found this move. Black is winning with this move, and all other moves are going to lose. Bishop to b4, pawn to a8, bishop to b3 check. White, Carlsen is a queen up, but guess what? Another queen is coming to the board, and now Sindarov is completely winning. He has almost -5, but Carlsen wants just a draw from this position. He plays queen d8. Here, king should come to this side, and it wins. Don't ask me why, because it's a very complicated position, and they are playing on their last seconds. So let's just continue. Queen c5. Carlsen comes with queen e7 check, king b5, queen e8 check, king a5. In this position, Carlsen could have got the draw with queen c6, not continuing with check. I mean, only computers will play like this, because black is a piece up, is trying to checkmate, and playing queen c6 because it attacks with checkmate threat and prevents also c2. But Carlsen plays queen a8, King to b6, queen to a6, king comes to c5. Once again, king c7 was completely winning. Queen c6, then bringing the king to d8. But it's very hard to find which squares you go when you are under these checks in time trouble. So Sindarov comes here and here. Once again, queen c6 is draw. This is easy. Queen c6, king here, queen e4. There is no way to run away, and this is a perpetual check. But Carlsen missed this one and plays queen a7 check. King d6, another big mistake. In this position, he should have come here. And after this check, he should come here. And after this check, he should run away from here. And bringing the king to f6 to g7. And sometimes playing bishop f7, blocking the check. This is the way to win this position. But Sindarov plays king d6 and Carlsen gives this important check. King to d7. Sindarov thought, okay, if you're going to take here, I'm going to checkmate you with queen here. And after king a3, there is queen a2 checkmate. But Carlsen saw this, bishop c6, king there, bishop check. He's going for a perpetual. Sindarov is trying to run away, king to e7. So if he's going to accept the perpetual, he's going to lose the match. It's the final game. Carlsen is ahead 2-1. So Sindarov needs to win. He goes king e7, but Carlsen takes here with check. And after king e7, he takes here also, takes. Sindarov tries to come, but Carlsen, if he reaches here, he might have some chances, but he comes with bishop g2 stopping it, and that's how this game finished. Carlsen managed to run away in this game, and he won this match with 2.5 to 1.5 against Sindarov. In the first portion, rapid, Sindarov won a game, Carlsen drew a game, won a game, so 1-1. They came to tie breaks, blitz. The first game Carlsen won, and in this game, Sindarov was about to win and bounce back, but Carlsen showed his skills in time trouble. It was very hard to survive in this game, but he found his chances, and it was very hard for Sindarov. So this is how he plays chess. It's not about preparation. He's very good, he's very motivated, and he can play a lot of good moves in even time trouble. This is the future of chess, probably Magnus Carlsen facing Sindarov, one of the favorites to challenge Magnus Carlsen's #1. What do you think of this video, and what do you think will happen in future years in chess? Can Sindarov stop Magnus' domination in, let's say, 5 years or not? Let me know in the comments, and remember always to enjoy chess and life.